Central Bank raised its key interest rate again to take preemptive action and maintain macroeconomic stability. The Bank of Korea raised its benchmark rate by a quarter percentage point to 3% today, marking its second consecutive increase. The governor said the early action could help contain inflation and reduce the economic costs of stronger price pressures later. He also said the rate hike could help stabilize the exchange rate, household debt, and housing prices in the Seoul metropolitan area. Shin added that the Bank of Korea expects a gradual increase in interest rates with the midpoint of its latest forecast at 3.25% over the next 6 months. The central bank also raised its 2026 growth forecast to 3.3%. Korean homegrown Nuri space rocket is scheduled for its fifth launch on October 7th. The Korea Aerospace Administration announced the date after reviewing the rocket, its satellites, the launch site, and weather conditions. The launch may be postponed to October 8th through 14th in case of bad weather or other unexpected conditions. Nuri will carry a total of 15 satellites, including 5 small cluster satellites and 10 CubeSats. The administration said the launch will be the country's first mission to place a cluster of satellites into orbit and will further strengthen Korea's space transportation capabilities. In local news, Busan City now has a legal basis to pursue an integrated development project linking the undergrounding of the railway between Busan Station and Busanjin Station with the redevelopment of the North Port. A revised special law passed the National Assembly on Wednesday, allowing local governments to directly participate as joint project operators in railway undergrounding projects. This means Busan City can participate in the railway undergrounding project and link it with the second phase of the North Port redevelopment. The city will be able to create an integrated development plan reflecting its urban planning, transportation system, and plans for the land above the underground railway. The legislation is expected to help reconnect Busan's North Port area with the Old Town, which has been divided by railway tracks. Busan's Pukgu district is launching an internal audit into allegations surrounding the construction of a new district office and a public parking lot in Mandok-idong. The district government said a special audit team will begin its investigation on September 1st. The team will include administrative and construction inspectors along with 2 outside experts to ensure objectivity. A preliminary audit will be carried out throughout September, followed by a full audit in October and November. The investigation will examine whether proper procedures were followed in selecting the sites and purchasing land for the 2 projects. In international news, the number of people reported missing after massive flooding in Nepal's Himalayan region near the Chinese border has risen to more than 820. Nepalese police said 826 people were missing as of the 27th local time, including around 600 foreign nationals from about 28 countries. 9 Koreans have also lost contact. The death toll has risen to 165, with more bodies expected to be recovered as search operations continue. The disaster has damaged 80 bridges and about 40 kilometers of roads, while 83 security personnel are also missing. In neighboring Tibet, a landslide linked to the flooding has killed 3 people and left 558 missing. The combined number of missing people in Nepal and Tibet now exceeds 1,300. And now for today's weather. Cloudy skies are expected with a chance of rain or showers in the afternoon. Rainfall is expected to range from 10 to 60 millimeters, with some areas receiving more than 80 millimeters. The temperature in Busan is currently 30 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM 부산 영어 방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어 방송.
Coming up next is For My Busan with Dr.McLuckie. BEFM 부산 영어 방송.
hello. Happy Thursday to you all out there. Let's start today with a quiz. Do you know what the longest 3 minutes in the world are? Well, the answer, it's the 3 minutes you have to wait for a cup of instant noodles to be ready, right? 180 seconds. It's not that long, but when you're hungry, those 3 minutes feel longer than a lifetime. And maybe it feels that way because we've become so used to having everything right now, right? Everything so quickly. Or when you have to fill up water from the 정수기 and it just goes so slowly. Why? Anyway, let's start the show. This is For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. All right, let's kick off with How Sweet by New Jeans.
All I know is now I get the sun 그동안 날 always up and down 생각도 생각 spinning round and round changing my mind 세상도 그렇지 이런 헛소리 How it's supposed to be 그만해 cause it's clean It's simple It's like biting an apple Toxic lover, you know better 거기서 좀 내가 얼른 나와 A little dimmer in my storyline So no And don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you 나 더는 묻지 않을래 How sweet it tastes 알려주지 않아도 돼 How sweet it tastes I don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you 모든 게 typical So I've been praying so hard for a miracle 부르고 있어 나의 이름을 더는 안 봐 drama is good karma Songs scrolling 1,000 times 다 알고 있어 뻔 한 수작일 뿐이야 완전 쉬운 공식이야 It's like biting an apple And don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you 나 더는 묻지 않을래 How sweet it tastes 알려주지 않아도 돼 How sweet it tastes Why don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you I'm away, I'm feeling my own way, I'm in it Cause being you are different So I won't stay, I'm leaving I'm away, I'm feeling my own way, I'm in it Cause me and you are different So I won't stay And don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes How sweet it tastes Yeah, don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you 나 더는 묻지 않을래 How sweet it tastes 알려주지 않아도 돼 How sweet it tastes Why don't you know how sweet it tastes Now that I'm without you Toxic lover, you know better 거기 숨지 말고 빨리 나와 You little demon in my storyline 더 나가면 더 얼른 나가버려 Toxic lover, you know better 거기 숨지 말고 얼른 나와 You little demon in my storyline 더 나가면 더 be
Oh, what a great way to kick off our Thursday show. Welcome to For My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. And the time is now 4:09 p.m. on Thursday. It's the 27th of August, 2026. In case you all forgot, which sometimes I do. And what's been going on today? Well, listen, there's been a lot of world news, but I want to focus on some positive things today because I'm sure you've heard a lot of what's going on out there, and it can be exhausting. It can be too much, right? Having our phones with us all the time means that we are constantly connected to all the things happening in the world. And so for the next 2 hours, let us enjoy some segments, enjoy some music, enjoy some banter, and connect with each other here at For My Busan on 90.5 and 103.3 FM. And let me tell you, if you are having a time of it with all the news in the world, then you're not alone, number one. And talk to somebody about it if a lot of the news that you hear these days is overwhelming, because it's definitely understandable. So let me ask you this. We're going into an imagination mode, okay? 상상해 봅시다. Imagine there's a really amazing restaurant, but you have to wait 2 hours to get in. What would you do? Chano PD, would you wait 2 hours to get into a restaurant? No. Me either. Pak PD also said he would not do that. I remember we had this conversation before. Would you wait, or would you wait and see what this food is all about, or would you go to another restaurant? For me, I don't care. I don't care about food that much that I'm going to wait 2 hours just to get in. I'll go back 4 months later, no problem. If I'm on holiday and there's a restaurant that's super duper packed and I want to eat the food, then I'll just say, oh well, bye. I'll come back next time, 4 years later. Like, it's not really important to me. But many people will wait and wait and wait and wait and wait all the way until the end. But these days, lots of people are, they're getting worse at waiting, right? Patience is no longer something that we are able to really master, I think, the younger generations, because these days we live in an instant society. Because, remember, I don't know, for all my analog 시대 친구들, for all the people who are in my generation and older, and maybe a little bit younger as well, you remember the days of dial-up internet? Remember you had to switch it on and you couldn't use your house phone at the same time as using the internet. I had to dial up, it would go. You remember that? Tana PD? Oh, yeah. So you remember those internet days where you're just waiting. And it was wow, this is amazing. We're connected to the web. What will I do with this newfound power? And you go into AOL mail and then no one's emailed you. Those were back in the days. But now, let's be honest, when you turn on your computer or your laptop or your phone, do you start tapping it or clicking the mouse before it's even warmed up? Because you're come on, right? Waiting, of course, is not usually very exciting. But sometimes we just have to wait. Do you know what? I got a coffee machine, and you have to fill up the back of it with water, and that's water from my water purifier, right? So I have to go there and I have to stick it in, and the stream of water that comes out the 정수기 is so small. And so it takes a while to fill it up. And so I've started doing breathing exercises to pass the time. Otherwise, I get so angry at how long it takes the water to fill. Isn't that wild that I have fresh, clean water to put into, that comes from my fridge, to put into a coffee machine so that I can brew fresh coffee at home, and I'm still getting angry at the injustice of having to wait a little bit for the water to fill up. So I've 들이마시고, 내쉬고, and I just breathe in and out and think of all the things I'm grateful for as I slowly grind my teeth and the water fills up. Because these days we've just got to wait. In the past, waiting was normal. These, older generations, we wrote letters, we stood in line for something, we waited for packages, we waited for phone calls, we didn't know where somebody was, so we might wait at their door and go knock, knock, knock. We waited. But these days, people are looking for that feeling of waiting again. Yes, isn't that interesting? People are longing for a feeling of waiting. There's a popular app that delivers messages at the real speed of animals, like pigeons, penguins, snails, etc. It's like bringing some old-fashioned communication times into the digital age. So when you send a message, you can watch the animal travel towards its destination on a map. Each animal moves at a different speed, and there's a small chance that it might get lost or never arrive. that's just the way it was, back in the day. So in a digital world, everything is expected to be fast, and maybe people, they're sick of living fast. They want that quietness of living slow, right? I hate being tied to my phone. Actually, today, somebody said to me, do you utilize kadeng talk? And I said, yes, of course. It's like, oh, because you just were very slow in replying. I was like, yes, because I don't check my messages that are business related until 9 a.m. and I don't check after 6 p.m. And you messaged me after 6 p.m. and then before 9 a.m. So I don't check. It's like, whoa, 대단합니다. And so I thought, you just need to have this rule. My phone is not my master, I don't like being available 24/7. So, except for some people. But of course, how many days do you think you could live without your smartphone? Because these days we kind of have them glued to us, right? How about talking about smartphones today? How long could you survive without your smartphone? Or maybe if that sounds impossible, how many hours do you think you could survive? 나는 smartphone 없으면 I could just have like a non-smartphone. I could have just, the old flip phone that doesn't do SNS, doesn't do internet, doesn't do anything. I could have one of those. No problem. And I would do all my work from a computer between the hours of maybe 8:30 until 6:30. And that would be it. And if you can't get me on the phone call outside of those hours, then, that's it. You don't need to get me. I would be okay without a smartphone. But how about you? 여러분, 오늘은 우리가 스마트폰 없이 살 수 있을지 혹은 없을지에 대해서 얘기를 해볼까요? 네, 여러분 할 수 있을까요? 진실로 얘기해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 자, 여러분은 스마트폰 없이 몇 시간 아니면 며칠 정도 버틸 수 있을 거라 생각하시나요? 신청곡과 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 샵 9050 59050 카카오톡 or YouTube Live. And of course, we have our playlist section in the second half to play your songs, read your messages, so get in touch and enjoy. Just reminder today, 5 p.m, we've got Eurasia Now connecting directly with Almaty today. Is it Almaty or Tashkent? Almaty, 오늘 Almaty. Live connection 하겠습니다. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. It's time for Newsfeed.
System check complete. Destination set. Busan.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now making our approach to Busan. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We've just landed. Welcome to For My Busan. Welcome back. It's time for Newsfeed. QB's in the house. QB's in the house.
Look at our outfits today.
I know, black and white. And by the way, we've got a little shoulder action going on. I like it. The camera's going wild. Channel PD, what's going on over there? If you're tuned into YouTube, sorry about the technical adjustments. We're flying all over the place. I love it. I'm a bit tanned.
Yes, you look great.
You
look healthy.
Well, I'm healthy regardless. I like to be pale though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm very tanned. I was out in the sun yesterday. I was going to say the sea. I was out in the sun yesterday, almost all day.
On the sea?
Not on the sea, just in the sun. I went to 울숙도 뭐지? 생태공원.
Wow, how was it?
대단합니다.
The ecosystem life there is so fantastic.
It's so crazy. And the story over there is unbelievable. More people need to go there.
Oh,
really?
This Ulsukdo area? Yes. That's like a hidden gem in Busan.
Yeah. And then I even got to go to the animal rehabilitation center.
Oh, how was it?
너무 슬프다.
Oh, 너무 슬퍼.
The funny thing is, I kept saying the animals are in jail because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But there was one, I don't think I got a picture of it. There was one hawk owl. Oh, did I get a picture? I don't know. There was one hawk owl and it looks like he's in jail because they need to be in this. I know I didn't get a picture. It's on my other one.
But it sounds so sad.
I'll give it back to you. I'll show you later. But they have to be in those tiny, small, like cells, so that they don't run around, so they don't get like bugs from outside, so that they're inside and the vets can look after them, doctors can look after them properly. And then they get moved to a bigger place and they can move around a bit more. And then they get moved outside and they can move around a bit. So they get rehabilitated and re-released back into the wild. Kunde, at the beginning when they're really sick, it looks like they're in jail. And there was one hawk doing this.
Oh,
And I was like,
because they got injured?
yeah. But he was much better. He was getting better, so he'll be released soon.
But that's all for treatment and healing process,
Of
right?
course, and so that's it. They have to keep them in those small spaces. But it just felt so sad, you know.
You know, the
seeing wild
center has a YouTube channel.
yes.
They can see everything. They can show everything.
Yeah, go on that YouTube channel. I don't know what it's called, but 울숙도, and so
Something.
the
Center TV something.
센터장님,
Yeah.
he's fluent in English, and he gave us the whole tour, and he's like, "Come on, 울숙도 TV" or something like that, and showed us the video. Yeah,
Nice experience.
홍보.
했습니다. 완료. 홍보 완료.
너무너무 좋았었어요. Okay, so what do we have today for newsfeed?
Now get back to our work. So we are going from one temperature extreme to the other.
Oh, good.
First, we are heading north to the cold waters of the Arctic, where Busan is preparing for a new shipping route.
Ah, yeah.
You know that one?
Yes.
Then we are coming straight back to Busan for something much warmer, a steaming bowl of 돼지국밥.
I had that for lunch today.
Oh, you had?
Oh, I just burped. It came back up. Yeah, it was delicious. It was delicious.
You like 돼지국밥?
It was hidden 동네 맛집.
Oh,
진짜 맛있었어요.
okay. So
형제 하고 있는. Two brothers running it.
then I picked the perfect one for
Perfect day
Yeah.
today. Okay. Arctic Ocean to steaming bowl of soup. It's not a combination we've covered before, but let's get into it. Let's go to the cold one. Busan, I remember this from a while back, but Busan's been talking quite a lot about the Northern Sea route or the Arctic shipping route, right? And now there's actually a ship making that journey.
Yes, Busan City has signed an agreement with Panstar to cooperate on Korea's first trial operation of a container ship along the Arctic shipping route, 북극항로.
I don't know why you're saying it like it's a horror movie.
북극항로.
Okay. And if you're wondering why the Arctic matters to a port city, a very warm port city here in Busan, pretty simple answer. It can offer a much shorter route between Asia and Europe. Yeah.
So compared with the conventional route through the Suez Canal, the Arctic route could shorten the sailing distance by around 30% and reduce travel time by more than 10 days. So that could mean lower logistics cost and potentially a more diversified global supply chain.
And we could do cruises as well. An Arctic cruise.
Imagine that.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. I mean, this is the first ship, but this is not just one and done. This is like, it could really have bigger implications for the logistics hub of Busan.
Yes. So that's why this trial is so important. The ship departed from Busan port on August 22nd, last Saturday, travels through the Bering Strait, Beringheop, and the Arctic Ocean, and continues all the way to Rotterdam in the Netherlands, Rotterdam. The full round trip is expected to take about 40 to 45 days.
Because these ships, I mean, the world is big, even though it feels small these days. And these ships take a long time to travel. They don't go super duper fast. It's a big journey. And, you know, we'll see how it goes, but I think the trial itself is going to generate a lot of data, a lot of information, right?
Yeah, new information. So Panstar will share information gathered during the voyage, including route conditions, cargo transportation, and vessel operations with Busan City. And the city will use that experience to better understand what role Busan could play if Arctic shipping becomes more active in the future.
Yeah. Arctic shipping. I would love to go on an Arctic cruise. Yeah.
I mean, this is so new and it feels so distant from now. But, you know, it is all happening now.
Yeah. Well, there are cruises that go up that way, just not from Busan, I think. But we need to go soon because, you know what?
We need to go
we're
soon.
warming the world at an incredible rate. So they're all the glaciers are going to disappear.
That's sad, but that's true.
Very
yeah.
sad. Very, very sad. So this is like a real world test of what Busan might need to prepare for in the future.
Yes, so Busan wants to develop the support system and policies needed to become a major hub for the Northern Sea route. And the city will also work with local shipping and logistics industry and support efforts to attract cargo for the trial operation.
Very interesting. One to watch indeed, because Busan is, you know, a maritime city. So we're really a big player in this, and we'll see how it goes, what opportunities pop up.
Yes.
Okay, I'm too cold. Let's warm things up. Busan is asking people to help find the city's favorite 돼지국밥.
Yes, the first 2026 Busan 돼지국밥 Grand Fair, Busan 돼지국밥 대전, runs from August through October. Starting with recommendations from the public, and until August 29th, anyone can nominate their favorite 국밥 restaurant online and offline. And from those recommendations, 20 restaurants, 20 국밥집 will be selected.
Good. Do you know what? I love 돼지국밥, but today's one was delicious. I have to tell you.
Was it like 내장 섞어국밥 or 순대국밥?
No. It was like 돼지국밥, the 돼지, the pork was very like it was small pieces that you could fit on your soup, not big large pieces that you have to like flat all over your face. And it was just enough rice, just enough side dishes. It wasn't too, like, it was just perfect. It was great.
So you had perfect
Very
lunch.
nice. Yeah. People have strong opinions about 돼지국밥, you know? You know? Everybody has their own 국밥 place. I might recommend this one. So what happens once the 20 restaurants are chosen?
So that's when the fun part begins. There will be a 국밥 summit, 국밥 회담 in September, followed by 국밥 week, 국밥 주간, when people can visit and vote for the top 10 and top 3. Then in October, the 국밥 showcase, wrap things up with food booth, cooking shows, and the final awards.
Nice. I like it because it means the restaurants, it's a way to revitalize the local economy,
that's
mom
true.
and dad shops, like mom and pop shops. You're not just voting, you're exploring the neighborhoods, you're tasting Busan, and you're also boosting these local vendors.
So if you have a favorite 국밥 place like I do, now is the time to recommend it. You can find all the details through Visit Busan and also Busan City's official social media channels.
Yeah, awesome. What are those social media channels?
You can find all the details at Busan City and at Busan City _club on
There
their
we go.
Instagram.
So go and follow them. You can also find out lots of different information. So today we covered two distinct journeys. Busan to Europe through the Arctic.
Yes.
Busan to Busan through 돼지국밥.
Yes, one is about Busan's future as a global maritime hub, while the other celebrates a local food that's been part of everyday life here in Busan for generations.
Yeah. 그래서 구독, 좋아요.
눌러주세요. For
Thank
Busan
you very
City.
much.
Yes.
Come on, Busan. I love it. Thank you, Gyubi,
Thank
for all of
you.
the information.
Thank you so much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you seen the Robot Olympics or the World Humanoid Games?
No, I haven't seen it.
When you get out of the studio, please go and search for it, especially the robots running.
Oh, really?
Because they fall down.
I think I saw that.
You see the one fall
Wrestling,
down?
like, wow.
Running,
Something
and then
like
it falls down, and the other guy like runs over it like roadkill. Oh, it's brutal.
I mean,
Fabulous.
what an era we are living in.
What an era indeed. Indeed.
Anyway, yeah.
We'll see you next week, Yubi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me give you some on the mic, and then we'll be back after this.
네, 안녕하세요. 올리비아입니다. 오늘은 척추 박사를 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요, 선생님.
안녕하세요. 이제 서면 단의원에서 원장으로 근무하고 있는 강동협이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
수식어를 척추 박사님이라고 해주셨거든요.
척추 환자분들이 70% 정도 되기 때문에 척추 박사로 소개드려봤습니다.
그러니까 오시는 연령대가 60대 이상 이렇게 되는 거 아니에요, 선생님?
전 연령대 환자분들이 진료를 받고 있지만 60대, 70대 환자분들이 좀 제일 많죠. 젊으신 분들이 그냥 허리 삐끗해서 저희한테 침 치료받고 추나 치료받고 많이 오시거든요. 그런 분들한테 무슨 말씀을 드리냐면 60대의 척추 건강은 50대의 생활과 습관들에서부터 비롯되고 40대의 척추 건강은 30대 때 같이 이루어진다라고 설명을 드려요. 진료 모토입니다.
근데 언제부터 어떻게 척추 박사님이 되셨어요?
사실 이제 계속 척추를 좀 공부를 하게 된 게 제가 대학생 때 허리가 계속 너무 안 좋았어요. 제 허리가. MRI 영상을 촬영을 했는데 4번, 5번 디스크 진단을 받았었거든요. 22살? 제가 어떻게 하면 좀 허리에 좀 좋은 운동이나 좋은 약이나 건강보조식품 이런 것들 좀 공부를 하다 보니까 자연스럽게 좀 진로가 척추 관절 위주의 진료할 수 있는 곳에서 배우고 수련하고 네 앞으로도 계속 좀 척추 진료를 할 예정입니다.
그래서 오시는 분들한테 그렇게 진심이었던
그죠,
거예요?
그죠.
비 오고 나서 여름이 가고 가을이 올 거라고 생각을 했거든요. 다시 여름이 왔어요.
그죠.
여름에서 가을 넘어갈 때나 아니면 겨울에서 봄 넘어갈 때 특히 어르신분들의 몸이 더 악화되셨다라거나 이제 그런 이야기를 정말 많이 들어서 환절기에 건강관리를 정말 많이 해야 된다. 사실 그것 때문에 오늘 선생님 찾아온 거긴 합니다. 그래서 청취자분들에게 지금 이 시기를 어떻게 하면 건강할 수 있을까? 그거 좀 알려주세요, 선생님.
첫 번째는 호흡기, 두 번째는 심혈관계, 이제 세 번째가 근골격계 질환들이죠. 여름에는 엄청 습도가 높고 온도가 좀 따뜻하고 폐나 인두 후두들이 좀 촉촉해져 있는 상태예요. 그런데 9월부터 해가지고 가을이 오게 되면은 새벽이랑 아침이랑 밤에 서늘한 공기가 찾아오게 됩니다. 우리 호흡기계를 건조하게 하는 거죠. 촉촉한 기운이 부족해서 이 질환들이 생긴다는 거죠. 항상 수분 보충을 여름보다 훨씬 좀 더 많이 해주셔야 되고 마스크는 껴주면 좀 더 좋아요. 심혈관계를 빼놓을 수가 없어요. 가을이 되면은 그 건조한 기운뿐만이 아니라 이 차가운 기운이 스며들게 돼요. 몸이 수축하는 거예요. 조심해야 되는 거는 고혈압, 당뇨, 고지혈증 있는 환자분들이죠. 갑자기 서늘해진 상태에서 아침 운동 이제 서늘해졌으니까 아침 운동 나가야지 하고 나갔다가 심장을 좀 충분히 데피지 않았다거나 그런 상황에서 심혈관계 질환이 생길 수 있죠. 몸이 갑자기 그 냉기에 적응하지 못해서 수축해버리는 거예요. 항상 자기를 좀 체크하는 시간이 좀 필요하고 정말 혹시나 아침에 일어났는데 말이 좀 잘 안 나오거나 내가 생각한 대로 팔이 여기까지 이 행동이 잘 안 되는 거예요. 아니면은 가슴 통증이 있다거나 대소변이 갑자기 조절이 안 된다거나 그러면은 빠르게 응급 질환을 보는 센터로 가야죠. 세 번째가 근골격계 질환입니다. 허리 디스크나 무릎 퇴행성 관절염들은 우리가 안 좋은 습관이나 안 좋은 자세에 계속 달아왔던 겁니다. 운동을 여름 동안에 안 했으니까 근력은 떨어져 있는데 스트레칭이나 준비 운동도 충분히 하지 않은 상태에서 운동을 하게 되니까 이 약해져 있던 허리가 드러나는 거예요. 통증. 가을은 우리의 약점이 드러나는 시기인 거죠. 환절기라는 것은.
운동하기 전에 충분히 스트레칭을 해야 된다는 말씀이신 거죠?
제일 필수적인 방법이에요.
선생님 좀 이상해요. 많은 선생님들 만나봐왔는데 너무 환자한테 진심인 거예요. 명의가 꿈이신가요? 허준이 되고 싶으신 건가요?
잘 되는 병원 원장이기보다는 한 분이라도 더 잘 치료하는 병원 원장이었으면 좋겠어요. 저로 인해서 다른 분들이 좋아졌다고 말씀해 주시는 것 자체가 너무 제 인생의 희열감을 느껴요. 진짜 그게 제 진심이고.
보고 계신 분들이나 듣고 계신 분들에게 전하고 싶은 메시지가 있다면 무엇일까요, 선생님?
언제 다치냐 하면은 방심하고 긴장이 좀 풀려 있다가 갑자기 긴장하게 될 때 사람이 좀 많이 다치게 돼요. 제일 많이 일어날 수 있는 계절이 여름에서 가을로 넘어갈 때 몸을 당연히 항상 따뜻하게 유지하고 수분 보충해 주시는 거 제일 중요하고 더 나아가서 어떤 움직임을 할 때도 항상 좀 조심하는 습관만 들이면 저를 안 볼 수 있다. 그게 전 진짜 좋은 거라고 생각합니다. 잘 먹고 잘 내보내고 잘 자는 것이 제일 중요하다. 그렇게 하고 추가적으로 땀 흘려서 운동만 좀 더 해주시면 너무 좋을 것 같습니다.
제 좋아하는 영어 단어나 영어 표현이 있나요, 선생님?
Stay hungry, stay foolish가 스티브 잡스가 연설에서 제일 마지막에 했던 명언인데 안주하지 말고 항상 좀 더 나아가라. 좀 우직하게. 누군가는 쟤 왜 저래? 바보 같다. 멍청하다. 라고 말할 수 있을 정도로 우직하게 stay hungry, stay foolish. 내가 옳다고 생각하는 길을 나아갔으면 좋겠다. 제가 좋아하는 말입니다.
여러분
건강하세요.
건강하세요, 여러분. 잘 먹고 잘 자고 잘 배출하고 운동하시랍니다.
역시 stay hungry, stay foolish. I love that. Thank you to our reporter Olivia for that lovely interview. To also Kang Dong-hyun Nim, who is a Korean medicine practitioner specializing in spine and joint health at Tuntun Madi Korean Medicine Clinic in Samyeon, in Busan, of course, who was inspired to enter this field after overcoming a lumbar disc herniation in his early 20s. He calls himself a spine specialist, and he notes that nearly 70% of his patients seek treatment for spinal conditions, emphasizing that lifelong spinal health depends on building healthy habits early on. So during seasonal transitions, he says, the importance of musculoskeletal care cannot be overstated, and that means your skeleton and your muscles, right? Your whole body. Advising against sudden exercise after a sedentary summer, which means after you've done nothing all summer, don't just start jumping into the gym again. And using proper warm-ups to prevent injury, to help prevent injury. So he's driven by a passion to truly heal rather than just run a very busy clinic. And he encourages all of us to maintain basic health habits, eating, sleeping, moving well, drawing inspiration from Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay foolish. He says people shouldn't settle and be proactive about caring for their health before any problems arise. That's right. By the time you need to go to the doctor, it's too late. You're already sick. So let's do preventative action so that we don't have to go and see the doctors. Just, for our checkups. That's all. Anyway, thank you again, Olivia. That was a lovely, lovely interview. Just FYI, today we are talking about life without a smartphone. Could you deal with it? Could you go with your smartphone for 1 day, 2 days? How many days could you live without your smartphone? Or if that even sounds impossible, how many hours do you think you could survive without a smartphone? 네, 여러분 오늘 스마트폰에 대해서 얘기를 할 거예요. 근데 특히 여러분이 스마트폰 없이 몇 시간 아니면 며칠을 버틸 수 있을까 생각하시나요? 1시간? 2시간? 30분만. 저희 학생들이 10분 안에 휴대폰 없으면 진짜 고민 많이 하고 긴장하고 어떻게 되는지 누가 나한테 연락이 하는지 진짜 걱정되는 거예요. 그게 중독이다. 중독. 안 좋습니다. 그래서 여러분 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다. 이유도 같이 보내주시고 뿐만 아니라 신청곡과 함께 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 우리는 2부에 Our Busan 플레이리스트 만들기 위해서 여러분 신청곡도 필요합니다. 신청곡 보내고 그리고 보내주신 분들 중에 우리 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 샵 9050 pound 9050 etc. etc. 카카오톡, YouTube Live, text messages are 101. Everything else is free. All right, this is Black Eyed Boy by Texas. I'll be back with Busan Life Solutions. welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It is, of course, for My Busan. The time is 4:40. Our final segment of the first half of our show. Kelly's in the house.
네, 안녕하세요. Hi, everybody. 반갑습니다. 네. Well, it's already the last week of August, right? But still, the summer is in full swing.
I know you can't even dare. I remember August used to be considered
네,
autumn,
맞아요. 네.
and now
Not anymore.
No.
No, not anymore. Things
September
change.
is not even autumn.
맞아요, 맞아요.
It's still roasting hot.
네, 네.
Yeah.
The summer is in full swing.
I can't wait to smell. Do you know I was in Seoul recently and I saw some leaves falling off trees
네.
and scattering, like brown ones scattering across the
네.
ground, and I was like, oh yes,
Yeah,
기대된다.
맞아요, 맞아요. Well, you know what? Actually, I came to PEFM earlier today. You know, just I traveled through Hwangryong Tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, actually, there are like trees. There are actually tons of trees lined up, actually, and I noticed that their colors are slightly changing. 네, so at some point, you know, we will see how things go. But the autumn is somehow around the corner.
So
네.
at least the trees know that it's supposed to be autumn. The sun and the humidity don't.
맞아요, exactly. 네.
But they'll catch up. It'll be fine.
네.
Anyway, let's get into it. This is Busan Life Solutions.
Right.
What do we do here?
Right. So as you can tell, probably, you know, the number of non-Korean citizens living in Busan has increased a lot, you know, over the last 4 to 5 years or something like that, right? And, you know, their situations may vary. Some are international students, others are foreign workers. But one thing that they have in common is that they experience issues while living in the city, right? So, you know, I would like to give them a reminder that they can visit the Busan Global Center for free consultation. So, you know what? What I do in this segment is that I receive questions and answers from this organization, and I share them with you in this segment.
Indeed. So what I'll do, I'll read the question, you give us the solution.
All right.
Yeah. So this person says, hi. Hello. I'll be leaving Korea soon, so I'm currently cleaning out my apartment. I have some leftover and expired medications, and I'm wondering, how should I dispose of them? Someone told me that I should take them to a pharmacy, but I'm not sure if that's correct.
Well, you know what? Interesting. I thought that it was a very interesting question because honestly, I didn't know much about this either until I saw this question. And I admit that I had dumped them in the just regular trash before. Haven't you?
I have before.
네.
But
맞아요.
you have to take it to a pharmacy.
네, right. So
Yeah.
it turns out you shouldn't just throw out old medications in the regular trash because they can end up in our environment and affect our ecosystem. So let's learn what you can do with them, right? So you can take them to a pharmacy that collects 폐의약품, like waste medicines. Then you can also check with your local 주민센터 or a post office. Well, there they may have a 폐의약품 수거함, which translates to a waste medicine collection box. There you can just drop them off, you know, then that's it.
Yeah. But don't throw them in the trash. Do not flush them down a toilet.
맞아요.
And, you know,
네.
etc., etc.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, as an E9 visa holder, am I allowed to take parental leave?
네, well, yes. So on this person's behalf, the Busan Global Center contacted the Ministry of Employment and Labor's Customer Service Center, and they learned that if they worked for at least like 6 months and they have a child who is 8 years old or younger, or who is in second grade or below in elementary school, they can apply for parental leave. To take parental leave, they will need to submit a leave application to their workplace. Normally, they should apply about 30 days before they actually plan to start their leave. The application will include basic information about them and their child, as well as the dates that they actually plan to start and finish their leave.
Yeah.
But you know what? But there's one more important thing to remember.
Very important.
맞아요. Being allowed to take parental leave and being eligible to receive parental leave benefits are completely two different things. So they can take the leave, but parental leave itself is generally unpaid. To receive parental leave benefits, they have to meet some additional requirements, such as certain employment insurance requirements or something like that. So if they are an E9 worker, then they want to figure out whether they can actually receive parental leave benefits. They should contact the Maternity Protection Counseling Center or their local employment center and check the situation.
Yeah. And you'll be able to find out all the info. It's just a bit confusing at the beginning, right? But once you know, you know. All right, here we go. Question number 3. I heard on an unofficial website that the topic requirement for changing the F2R visa status used to be level 4, but has now been lowered to level 3. I'm currently preparing to get a recommendation letter from my local government. Has the language requirement actually changed?
네. Well, so for those who are not familiar, so TOPIK, when it comes to TOPIK test, there are 6 different levels, right? So level 1 is the highest, and level 6 is...
Level 6 is the highest.
Level 6 is the highest? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Level 1 is like
basic one.
No nothing. No some. I was level 0 when I started. And the last time I took a test, which is about 6, maybe 7 years ago, I was level 4.
Oh, I thought that it was the other way around. So I thought that, it's such a bummer. Then you spend all the time, like working way up, to a certain level.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the requirement changes, right?
No,
so
it's been reduced maybe.
네네. 좋아요, 좋아요. So on this person's behalf, the Busan Global Center checked the official immigration guidelines as of August 7th and also confirmed the information with 1345, the Immigration Contact Center. And according to the latest information, the current language requirement for changing to F2R status is KIP level 4, KIP level 3 or higher, a pre-assessment result of level 4 or higher, or TOPIK level 3 or higher.
Good.
네, 좋아요. So now this person is still in the process of getting the local government recommendation letter, and this person has some time before they actually apply to change their status, which means that there is possibility that, the requirement could change again. So, to be a safe side, we recommend calling 1345 once again, right before they submit their application.
Yeah, very important. I'm taking the TOPIK test next month.
Oh, good
Not
for
next
you.
month, October.
네. Do you mind if I ask you what level you were taking?
So I have to take TOPIK 2.
네.
But these days they have an online test. It's an internet-based test. So I'm going to do that. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I need to take TOPIK 2 because TOPIK 1 is like speaking and basic level stuff, but I need to get level 3 actually. But last time I took it, I was level 4.
네.
So if I get less than a level 4 this time, I can't graduate. And I have to push it back again.
Really?
Yeah, they're making me
네.
take a test.
Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
They told me I could take the English test as well. I was like, what? So I decided not to. I'll take the Korean. Why not? Let's try. Okay, this person says, I'm an expat raising 2 children. My first child is currently attending a daycare centre, and we were waiting for a spot so that our second child could attend the same daycare. However, I recently noticed that my second child's priority score for daycare has gone down. Who should I contact to ask about correcting or checking the score?
네. Well, I can understand how having 2 kids in 2 different 어린이집, like a daycare center, they can definitely make things a little bit more complicated and stressful, right? So in this situation, there's actually a convenient way to find out who they should contact. For both Korean citizens and foreign residents in Busan, if you have a question about something handled by your city or like district office, like a dong or 구 or something like that, but are not sure who to call, well, you can actually use the Busan 바로 call center. And their number is 051, which is the Busan's regional code.
Sorry. Sorry.
Bless you. Okay. So the number of 바로 call is 051 and 120. So, you can, they can connect you with a person in charge of daycare admissions in your local district or county. And they can also help you find the direct contact information. So I would recommend calling 051 120 and simply saying that you would like to speak with someone who's responsible for their care admissions at the district office where you live. That will be it.
Do you know what is tricky? Because sometimes I don't know how their scoring system works for their 어린이집 that they're waiting on or whatever it might be. But what can happen is you can be here in the queue and then someone that has a higher score can enter the queue and then you get pushed back. And that's what can happen. And so someone...
That totally makes sense.
It's not that you have a lower score, it's that someone has a higher score and so that puts them further into the queue. So actually with getting Arani into 유치원, we had... Like she was way back here and then a few kids went to a different place, maybe, I don't know. But her score was pretty high. And then I think her score got higher for some reason. So I don't know what the thing is, but it's based on so many different things, right? Yeah, indeed. But just go and clarify. Okay, this person says, I'm currently looking for, I think this is going to have to be our last one maybe.
Okay.
I'm currently looking for a new job and I recently had an interview. The potential employer asked me to provide an official document verifying my previous employment. What kind of document should I prepare?
Okay, so the first thing that pops in my head is 경력 증명서, which translates to employment history certificate. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, like resume.
네, 맞아요. Yeah. So you can usually get one from your current or former employer, but sometimes it's a little bit awkward to ask for that, right? To your current or former employer. Then I believe the public website called 고용24 or like a work24.go.kr also recently started offering services that allow people to obtain employment-related documents, including the record of their work history. So, just visit work24.go.kr and sign up and try to get one. But if you feel comfortable enough, to talk to your employer about the 경력증명서, just
get it there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll just do this very quickly. A final question. Are there any off-leash dog parks in Busan where I can let my dog run around freely? Just a quick one.
네. So, I did a little bit of research and I found a few places where you can let your dog run around freely, right? One option is 명지 근린공원 반려견 놀이터. in
dog
강서구.
playground.
네, 맞아요.
Nice.
네, 명지 Neighborhood Park Dog Playground. 맞아요. And there's also one in 영도구 called 영도구 반려견 놀이터. It's near the National Maritime High School, 해사고등학교. But just heads up, the playground is only for dogs under 15 kilograms.
Yeah.
And if you are around Hadan area, there's also a place called Pet Park. Pet Park. 네.
Pet Park. Love
맞아요.
that. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for all of the updates. We'll see you again next week for more Busan Life Solutions.
네, bye-bye everybody.
Thank you. All right, and we will see you in the second hour of our show. This is Dignity by Deacon Blue. I'll see you in just a few.
Walks up our street. He's a worker for the council, has been 20 years, and he takes no lip of nobody and litter off the gutter, puts it in a bag and never thinks to mutter, and he packs his lunch in the Sunday bag. Children call him Boogie. He never lets on, but I know 'cause he once told me, he let me know a secret about the money in his kitty. He's gonna buy a dinghy, gonna call her Dignity. And I'll sail her on the west coast, through villages and towns. I'll be on the holidays, they'll be doing the rounds. They'll ask me how I got her, I'll say save my money. I say, isn't she pretty? That you call dignity. And I'm telling this story in a faraway sea, sipping down Rocky and reading Maynard Keys. And I'm thinking about home and all that that means, and a place in the winter for dignity.
Your bridge to the world. BEFM 부산 영어 방송.
자갈치 시장의 활기찬 목소리, 영도 앞바다를 수놓은 은빛 윤슬, 우리가 지켜온 부산의 소중한 모습들입니다. 이제 부산은 그 이상의 내일을 준비합니다. 첨단을 달리는 에코 델타시티의 일상부터 가덕도 신공항의 하늘길, 그리고 유라시아와 북극을 잇는 북극 항로까지 세계를 향한 거침없는 도약, 그 엔진은 바로 부산 사람입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가
부산입니다.
당신의 자부심이 부산의 미래를 만듭니다. 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
All-Star English Level Up, Live and Vibes. 감성 라이브. 부산의 목소리가 세계로 간다. From Busan to the world. R&B 황제 김조한과 부산 대표 3인조 감성 발라더 순순이가 드디어 만났어요. 세계에 도전하는 부산의 진짜 목소리를 들어보세요. Level up your English, sing along, and vibe with us live. Our brand new BFM digital studio is waiting for you. 팝송으로 영어 레벨업하고 감성 라이브도 함께 즐겨요. 자세한 내용은 부산 영어 방송 홈페이지에서 확인하세요. 선착순이니까 얼른 신청하시고요. Check the website for details. First come, first serve. So hurry and sign up. 우리 BFM 디지털 스튜디오에서 만나요.
This summer is expected to be hotter than in previous years, so please take extra caution when spending time outdoors. To help prevent heat-related illness, check weather updates regularly and avoid outdoor activities during periods of extreme heat. If outdoor work or activities are unavoidable, please wear a hat or use a parasol, take regular breaks in the shade, and drink plenty of water. We also encourage everyone to look out for neighbors and family members who may be living alone. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of the Interior and Safety.
아직 어렵게 느껴지는 영어. 아이들 영어는 어떻게 챙기시나요? 부산 영어 방송이 준비한 어린이 영어 콘텐츠 세상. BFM 키즈 영상 채널이 여러분을 찾아갑니다. 샘 해밍턴과 윌 벤저스 그리고 모모랜드 낸시가 함께하는 BFM 키즈에서 영어로 듣는 부산 설화와 전래동화, 재밌는 파닉스 영어, 신나는 K-팝 영어까지 만나보세요. 우리 아이의 영어 실력과 창의력을 쑥쑥 키워줄 특별한 어린이 영어 채널 BFM 키즈가 여러분을 기다립니다. 지금 바로 BFM 키즈를 검색하고 구독해주세요.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
엄마가 얘기하는 거 따라해봐. 부산이 좋아요.
부산이 좋아요.
For my 부산.
For my 부산. 부산으로 오세요. For my 부산.
Busan. For my Busan.
부산 하면 For My Busan.
For My Busan.
You are listening to For My Busan.
Eurasia Now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of For My Busan. It's Dr.McLuckie here, and it's time for Eurasia Now. We're connecting live with members of the Eurasia City Diplomacy team who are on a 10-night, 12-day visit to 4 Eurasian cities: Shanghai, Almaty, Tashkent, and Liverpool in my very own UK, to carry out the city diplomacy activities. Now, today, very luckily, we're joined by our team member, Sung-ah, to hear about the team's activities on the ground. So let's connect with our field reporter, Sung-ah. Sung-ah, are you there?
안녕하세요. 카자흐스탄 알마티 현지에 나와 있는 유라시아 도시외교단 전성아입니다. 저희는 어제 오전 마지막 상하이 일정을 끝내고 카자흐스탄의 최대 도시 알마티에 안전하게 잘 도착했습니다. 현재 카자흐스탄 알마티 현지의 기온은 약 27도이며 상하이 날씨에 비해 선선한 날씨를 잘 즐기고 있습니다.
오, 좋습니다. You look very happy over there, so I'm glad to see you. 그렇군요. So, Sung-ah, the delegation and yourself wrapped up your final schedule in Shanghai yesterday morning. They all arrived safely in Almaty in Kazakhstan. It's currently around 20 degrees Celsius there. Ah, that must be nice. And so they're enjoying much cooler and more comfortable weather compared to Shanghai and, of course, Busan as well. 어제 상하이 일정은 잘 마무리하셨나요?
네, 카자흐스탄의 알마티의 현장 소식은 내일 전해드리고요. 오늘은 먼저 어제 상하이에서 진행된 마지막 일정을 소개해드리겠습니다. 어제 중국 상하이 창寧구에 위치한 국빈급 영빈시설 호텔 홍차오 빈관에서 부산, 상하이 5호 교류회가 이어졌습니다. 도시외교단을 비롯해 부산과 상하이의 정부 관계자, 기업인, 청년 등 100여 명이 함께한 자리였는데요. 특히 이날 상하이 현지 청년 5명을 글로벌 청년 앰버서더로 임명하는 행사도 진행되었습니다. 이들은 오는 11월 부산을 방문해 부산 청년들과 교류를 이어나갈 예정입니다.
So while being named Global Youth Ambassadors sounds like a very meaningful part to the exchange. So after wrapping up the Shanghai business meeting, the delegation held the Busan-Shanghai Friendship and Cooperation Exchange, where around 100 government officials, business representatives, and young people from Busan and Shanghai came together. 5 young people from Shanghai were also appointed as global youth ambassadors. So they're expected to visit Busan this November and continue their exchanges with young people here in our beautiful city. It'll be exciting to see how those connections develop as well. 네, 그렇군요. 또 어떤 행사들이 개최됐나요?
네, 네트워킹 만찬에서는 부산 청년 단원인 부산대학교 무용학과 학생들의 한국무용 벚꽃춤 공연과 상하이 청년의 서예 시연이 더해지며 분위기가 한층 무르익었습니다. 특히 청년 단원들과 글로벌 청년 앰버서더들이 함께 웃으며 식사를 나누던 모습이 가장 기억에 남습니다.
Oh, so the networking dinner also featured a performance of 벚꽃춤, a traditional Korean drum dance, by members of the Busan youth delegation, along with a calligraphy demonstration by a young participant from Shanghai, which brought more energy to the evening. Sounds like a very nice time indeed. 네, 글로벌 앰버서더 한 분과 인터뷰를 했다면서요?
네, 맞습니다. 함께 들어보시죠.
Hi everyone, my name is Kaiser. I'm currently doing my PhD in City University of Hong Kong in International Relations. And I'm doing a lot of things also on China, South Korean studies as well.
What made you apply for the Global Youth Ambassador program?
Because I went to Busan for many times. And Busan gave me very good memory about the city, about the people. And I want to pay back to the city. That's why when I saw this chance on the website, I'm saying that, okay, I'm gonna be there. And also, largely because I'm based in Shanghai for a very long time, I know that Shanghai and Busan have a very good relationship. This is also part of the reason.
What are you hoping to get out of this program?
I think I'm aiming for three things. So the first thing is friendship. I want to make a lot of Korean friends, especially those from Busan. And the second is I want to have more experience within the city. Because in the past, when I went to Busan, it's just tourists. I just went to tourist spots. But this time, I want to say that from official perspective, what can I say there in Busan? For example, I saw that I could visit the university in Busan, which I couldn't do it as a tourist, but this time I could do that.
How are you liking the vibe today?
The vibe is fantastic. First of all, because I could saw a lot of friends from Busan, they are visiting Shanghai, I could introduce them more things about Shanghai. Also, after the appointment ceremony, I could say that I'm very excited to be a part of this event and also be a part of this program.
Wow, he sounded very excited to be a part of the program. Thank you so much. 네, 잘 들었습니다. 그 다음에는 어디를 방문하셨나요?
네, 상하이에서의 마지막 일정으로는 대한민국 근현대사의 흔적을 찾아가는 시간을 가졌는데요. 숭칭링 능원과 루신공원의 윤봉길 기념관 두 곳을 방문했습니다. 광복절이 지난 지 얼마 되지 않아 단원들에게 더욱 와닿고 의미 깊은 시간이었을 것 같은데요. 현장에 있었던 윤소연 단원이 생생하게 전달해 드리겠습니다.
네, 저희는 지금 숭칭링원과 루신공원을 찾아왔는데요. 먼저 앞서 방문한 숭칭링릉원은 숭칭링의 묘이자 망고 공묘로 일제강점기 상하이에서 활동하다 순국하신 독립운동가들의 묘역이 자리하고 있었습니다. 그러나 이제는 많은 독립운동가의 유해가 조국으로 돌아왔다고 합니다. 또한 이곳 루신공원은 옛 홍커우 공원이자 현재는 매연 윤봉길 의사의 기념관이 자리해 있습니다. 저희는 오늘 이 두 곳을 방문해 독립운동가들을 추모하는 마음을 담아 헌화하고 한국에서 직접 준비해온 전시물을 전달하고자 합니다. 타국에서 윤봉길 의사와 많은 독립운동가의 발자취를 마주하니 그분들의 뜻이 더욱 크게 와닿아 감사한 마음이 듭니다. 청년 단원들과 함께 추모의 마음 잘 전달하고 가겠습니다.
Wow, so they visited the Sungchingling Mausoleum and the Yumbonggil Memorial Hall at Lushun Park, both closely connected to the history of Korean independence activists in Shanghai. And the delegation laid flowers in remembrance and presented exhibition materials they brought from Korea. So the young participants said seeing the traces of the independence movement abroad made them feel even more grateful for the sacrifices of those who fought for Korea's freedom. It must have been very, very touching, very moving. And seeing the traces of Korea's independence activists firsthand in a foreign country would have been quite unique and made it feel very more moving for the young members of the delegation as well. 네, 성아 씨, 오늘 알마티에서의 첫 일정이라고 들었는데요. 어떤 일정이 있나요?
네, 맞습니다. 상하이 일정을 모두 마치고 오늘부터 본격적인 알마티 일정이 시작됩니다. 오늘은 부산 알마티 비즈니스 상담회를 비롯해 현지 주요 시설 시찰, 부산 알마티 청년 교류 행사, 그리고 한국 비자 및 유학 설명회 등이 진행될 예정입니다.
Wow, busy, busy, busy. So a busy first day in Almaty for everyone, a business meeting, visits to key local facilities, a youth exchange program as well, and a session on Korean visas and study opportunities. 와, 수고하셨습니다. 너무 바쁘셨어요. 네, 알마티에서의 첫 일정도 잘 소화하셨고요. 다음 현장 소식으로 다시 만나겠습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 지금까지 카자흐스탄 알마티에서 전성아 리포터였습니다. 감사합니다.
Bye bye. Oh, 잘 들었습니다. It's wonderful to be able to connect right on the scene almost. It feels like we're live as they experience all of these cool things in Almaty, in Shanghai. Of course, we're just connecting and getting the updates and the reports, but yeah, it's a wonderful thing to be able to connect. And very meaningful for Busan, very meaningful for our sister cities, our friendship cities as well. And of course, for the people who get to be on those trips. Tomorrow, we will be connecting with Park Bo-sung PD, who is in Almaty at the moment. So we'll look forward to that. I'm sure he's very nervous. So I promise not to give him a hard time. I don't know if I can keep that promise. But anyway. All right. Let us have a song. This is 정세벽, Love, Hope and Youth. And I'll see you after this.
지워지지 않는 그림 그 안에 너와 나를 그려본다면 조금은 서로가 물이 된데도 다 이해할 수 있을 거야. Our love, hope and youth and then you, yeah. Our love, hope and youth and then you, yeah. Oh, oh. 너의 눈동자에 가까워진 내 오늘 밤은 덮여있는 마음 그 위에 새로운 노래를 할 거야. 신이 나는 춤을 춰보자. 사랑을 실컷 해보는 거야. Oh, love, hope and youth and then you, yeah. Oh, love, hope and youth and then you, yeah. Oh, love, hope and youth and then
All right, it's time for the Global Chatter Squad. And excuse me, who is this?
I had to close the curtains on that one.
누구세요? Who is this?
Hey.
만나서 반갑습니다.
Everybody.
Tom이야?
What's going on?
Oh my God, it's been so long.
Isn't this the guy that was supposed to be here last week and didn't walk up?
No, I was not.
Yeah, you
No,
were.
I was.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were.
not. No, I
You were
was
supposed
not.
to be here last week
There
and
was
didn't walk
a
up.
miscommunication.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very
The
likely.
old gang is back.
Yeah.
I know, we're all wearing black today. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Let
it.
me hide this
Look
part.
at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But you were also gone for a period as well, right?
Yeah,
Maybe 1
gone
week?
until November. Right?
Yeah. Oh.
I was gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I was
you were
here
holding the fort down.
holding the
Yeah.
fort down.
Love it.
Therefore, next month I am gone forever.
Yes.
No, just
Didn't say
kidding.
forever.
See yous.
Nothing's forever.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good, very good. It was a good break, and it was. I mean, all of us have traveled quite a bit in our lives, and we've also gone for kind of extended trips. And for probably like the first week and a half of my trip, I was like, "This is kind of going slow." Like it's just, and then it was like,
Were you enjoying that slowness?
oh, everything. I enjoyed it all, but then it was like, oh, now we have 10 days left. And it was just, and it just went boom. After you hit that midway point, it was, yeah. But overall, everything was good. It was great to see family and friends. And more importantly, for my kids, I think the trip I was hoping it was more for them than for me. I definitely enjoyed myself as well, but they didn't really want to come back.
Yeah,
They were like, can we just stay here at Papa's house and be in the backyard? I'm like, you do have to go back to school, you know. They're like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, no.
Did your dad grill up the barbecue a couple of times?
Oh, Papa Rick was on the grill.
Grill
and then,
master.
but I mean, had it going, probably, 4 nights a week at least. It's
Breakfast,
just,
lunch, and dinner.
it was, breakfast was the best. And actually, my dad took care of that. He has like a flat top one, and it's like pancakes, scrambled, the hash browns.
All
The
in
kids
one
are like,
pan.
we could do this at home. I'm like, no, this is special when we're here.
You can't do that in the veranda in
No.
an apartment in
No.
Korea. You're not
No.
allowed.
The fire truck's great.
Everyone be knocking at the door. Can I get some?
Just the smell coming up, wafting.
Exactly.
Well, Andrew, be honest. On Thursdays, did you miss us?
You know what? I woke up, there's one day, and I got excited. And I was like, oh, because it would have been like 5 a.m. for me. And then I realized that it was 5 a.m. on whatever, like on a Friday, but it would have been the wrong day. So I had the time difference wrong and I couldn't see us.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did miss us for sure.
I don't believe you.
I did.
Just dead eyes.
At least
I missed you
At least it
guys.
goes one way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, nice to see you. To see you
Thank
all.
you.
Nice. Today, what are we talking about?
Today we are talking about, guess what? Table manners.
We are at a large table right now.
And
This is a very
hopefully
big table.
proper table manners. But I'm
Okay.
sure we have some stories of improper table manners.
Yes.
네, 한국말로는 밥상머리 문화에 대해서 얘기해 볼 건데요. Yeah, I don't know. This really is very culture specific too, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. I was speaking with someone recently, and I learned why elbows on the table is a bad thing. I learned about it.
I saw that on like a, I don't know,
Oh, I know
the
what it
more you
is.
know or
And
something
is this
like that.
pretty universal?
So elbows on the table comes from way back in the day when tables were built. With they weren't attached, so they had like the legs, and then they had the top.
The top.
And they weren't attached to each other. They were just laying down. And so elbows on the table, it would like flip the table.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if that's like the original of it, but I think it might be.
Listeners, let us know. Is this true in Korea too? 한국 밥상머리도 이렇게 뭐죠? 이거 elbow 테이블에 올리면 나쁜 건가요?
Elbow.
Yeah?
You can't
Okay,
just
okay.
say elbow in a Korean accent and expect people to know what it means.
I'm sorry.
It's what I do.
팔꿈치.
팔꿈치. I said that the other day when I was talking about when you turn your car
Yeah.
and it's got a small turning circle. So I was speaking to a Korean who speaks no English, and I was like, 네 맞아요. 이 차는 진짜 터닝 서클을 진짜 좋아해요. I was like, 터닝 서클?
That's half my
And I was
Korean.
like,
Yeah.
That's all I speak is English with a Korean accent.
Well, I
works.
was thinking that if you put your elbows on the table, you end up hunching.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not nice. It doesn't
Yeah.
look nice. You want to have an upright, what do you call this?
You look proper.
Yeah.
Good posture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
똑바로 앉아서 먹어.
Yeah.
That's what mom
Pretend
said.
you're playing the piano.
Yeah. Here's a big one. Do you all in your families wait until everyone is sitting at the table to start eating?
It would depend. Okay, when I was a kid, yes. In my household now, unless it's like we're having a family dinner, then yes. But we eat at different times in our household, so it's not so much like the kids, when they sit down, they'll wait for each other and then they'll eat like that. But usually if I'm out and my wife is she just picks and eats whenever.
Yeah.
And then I'm the same if I'm cooking for the kids. But if it's like, a Saturday night or a Friday night and, I'm making some pasta or we got, the grill going and we'll wait for everyone to come and sit down before we eat. But when I was growing up, if we ate food before my dad got to the table, look out.
Was it a little spanking time?
You just got the...
Yeah. What are you doing?
You didn't even have to... My parents didn't have to even raise their voice. It was the... Because if it got to the raising the voice, it was too late.
Yeah. Huh.
That's it. Game over, kid.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about the 눈빛.
It's about
Yeah.
the 눈빛. It
Yeah.
really is. In my house, no, we don't. We never wait. Usually, even if we're eating together, once the food comes to the table and everyone's sitting down, because no doubt someone's going to stand up and get water or go and do this or that.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's not like wait until dad lifts the chopsticks and then everybody can eat. But table manners are important.
Yeah.
But I don't do we have to wait until the eldest person starts.
Oh, no.
before
Not
we-
for me, it's just if everyone's there, hey, have at it. If we're having, like I said, a family dinner. But at the beginning, you mentioned it's very culture specific. And I feel sometimes when you go to different countries, as we were just talking about traveling, sometimes we might think something is rude, but it's not rude in that culture.
Yeah.
But they also might think something we do from a different culture is rude. So it's something to be a little bit aware of when you travel, that it's not everyone has your culture and you're traveling into another culture. Because I remember when I first came to Korea, there were things that came out, and I'm sure, Laura, you noticed some things as well that maybe just wouldn't fly in my house.
I mean, the thing on the top of my head is making those slurpy noise, especially when you're eating like noodles. That's very... I think in Korea, in a lot of Asian cultures, it's a sign of like, wow, I am really enjoying this.
See, for the noodle one now, for me, it's still not my favorite, but I think I can deal with noodles to the point where, okay, I've heard that it's, you're saying that it's delicious. It's like when someone's tasting wine and they're swishing it around their mouth. It's aerating it. It's getting more air in there. It's bringing out the flavor, that kind of stuff. But if it's,
You're
just
not into that.
like
I'm
noisy
getting goosebumps
eaters.
thinking about mouth noises.
The noisy eater thing is.
It's also, I think you need some talent or skill to make pleasant sounding noises. Like I'm not good at making those
I don't
noises.
think any of them are.
I don't mind people the noodles. Like for me, that isn't a sound that makes me incredibly upset. I get it because it's just like a sucking of air. So it feels to me, even though it's sloppy, it's kind of feels like a dry sound because it's like the air is hoovering up the noodles. And you need to eat it like that, otherwise you can't get the aeration of the soup. And
aeration. What's the
aeration? You can't get the oxygen
to aerate
into the
like when people do with the wine, same thing.
Yeah. But also like it's so hot, so you need to have air when you're slurping.
Yeah, sure.
The thing that gets me is when people eat like this.
No, they're two different things. I'll tell you a story. When I was a kid, we were sitting at the kitchen table. Now, my brother is left-handed and I'm right-handed, so we would sit opposite each other. And my sister sat across from us, and then it was my mom and dad on the ends. And I was eating. I think I was probably 6 years old, maybe, and I was like that. Tom, I'm just doing it to get Laura going now.
I hate it. Honestly, it's trauma for me.
If someone is traumatized by it, I will make sure I don't make that noise.
So
it's not that just. It's mouth noises, brushing teeth, kissing, everything.
So my brother smacked me in the back of the head, right?
As would I.
And then my mom, who was sitting at the other end, like beside my brother, just cuffed him big time in the back of the head. It was like a domino effect. And then he's eating with his mouth open. Yeah, and you hit your brother.
Yeah.
It was so fun. So as kind of talk about parenting, what you guys did last week is like, there's times I don't condone physical contact and stuff like that. But at that point in time, I was like, yeah, Mom, you got my back.
That's like a fun scene from a 90s sitcom.
But from then,
that's very Fresh Prince.
But I didn't, from that point on, I don't think I really chewed with my mouth open that often. It was because it was like in my head. Yeah.
Okay, so then how about this? Instead, not the slurpy sound or the tup sound, but there are people who really are expressive of how the food tastes. And
I love that.
I'm being a little stereotypical here, but a lot of Italian folks, as they're eating, there's even that, 이거 진짜.
It's just a constant chef kiss.
Italian said, 이거 진짜?
Italians are
wow,
like, 이거 진짜. It's Italian. But so I'm one of those people too, if something is good, I like to kind of narrate it. But
people who narrate their experience.
But my immediate family does not like it. They're like, "Can you just eat?"
Well, it's funny because there have been times when I've gone to a friend's house and I've just been like, "Wow, this is amazing. Did you make this kind of thing?" Right? And then later, my friend would say, "Hey, were you being sarcastic?" And I'm like, No. I was genuine. That was an honest, reaction. But
sometimes I'll get up from the table. Oh my God! What this is? Did you make this? What's going on here?
You're that one in the restaurant. Who made this?
Who made this?
And then get the chef out here, and they're nervous.
A little Bruno Mars. Stop! Wait a minute.
What's this marinara sauce? Yeah. So okay. So what does that bother you? People?
No, I like it. I like reactions. So my favorite thing is actually Koreans do this very well. In fact, Scottish people or UK people, when you're having a conversation, we're like, yeah. And it's kind of flat. Koreans, not all Koreans, but many Koreans are like,
And that's also when I first came here, I was like, okay, this is just over. Like they're being too much. It's sarcastic.
It could be misunderstood that way.
But it's
and it
not.
seems disingenuous, but it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so when people are like, 맛있다. 진짜 맛있어. 이거 봐봐. 이거 먹어봐. 진짜 맛있어.
Yeah.
진짜 맛있어. 그죠?
Yeah.
But sometimes I think it's too much.
I love it.
Okay.
No, I love it. I love that people are excited about just the little things like the taste of a egg marie.
A white bread. Piece of white bread.
와, 진짜 부드럽네.
Sometimes like just a 마늘장아찌, like just the perfect.
That's me.
The perfect acidity.
I'm the 마늘 장아찌 queen. I'm like,
this is a chemical miracle.
맛있다.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. You're amazing.
I love it so much. Okay, I have a question though.
Sure.
In Korea, so if you go to a different Asian country, you'll see a lot of the time, and you'll see this sometimes in the UK, not often, but sometimes people lift their bowl, bring it closer to their mouth, and continue to eat. So especially
The
like
shovel
younger
technique.
kids, like continue to eat.
Yeah.
But in Asian countries, that's quite normal. In Korea, that's not normal. You just eat from your bowl. But if you have 국물, it's quite common to lift the 국물 and drink it.
Yeah.
So when is it okay or not okay to lift the bowl and drink the soup, or lift the bowl and eat the rice? Like, what's the social cue law thing here?
I think for me, it's so ingrained in me that if I'm sharing a meal with some people who are older than me, or some people kind of acquaintances, that I should be a bit more courteous. I think I don't quite do that.
You don't lift the bowl?
But if it's like friends being casual, I'll lift up everything.
Everything. Get to my the closer it is, and this is King Julian from Madagascar. The closer to my mouth, the better.
But because it's also, because it's not. If anything, if you raise up the bowl, you're probably like being less sloppy.
Yeah.
Instead of like having things fall from your mouth.
So my son is quite a sloppy eater. I make him do this. Forward, face over the table, face closer to the bowl. There was a time where he was scooping the food directly without losing contact from the bowl into his mouth, and that was too much.
That's my oldest as well.
That was
Kian,
too
if you're
much.
watching, we got you.
But also, as parents, like you do want, to teach your children to have the proper manners.
Yeah, sure.
But also, you don't want to be too uptight about it, right?
So
How do you keep
especially
that
if they're,
balance?
it's one of those things as well where, okay, if my kids are eating like jajimyeon or something like that, I don't want to be the person like, oh, hey, be careful, don't get on. If that is being eaten in my house, shirts off.
Yeah,
like
same with my kids, naked. They eat jajangmyeon naked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's chaos, it's carnage.
And I think it's also the same when I was younger, when we would eat spaghetti.
Yeah.
It would be so much that we'd turn around and there'd be like sauce in the back of the wall and
it flips everywhere. Yeah, shirts off.
Yes.
I would love to do that.
Let's
I
have
wish
a
I
noodle
was.
party.
I wish I was 5 years old and I
Yeah.
could still do that.
Yeah, no, it's something that's so common. It's like, and I have a picture of the two boys at their grandma's house, and they ordered food, and it came, and I say, hey, boys, tops off.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're at grandma's. I'm like, grandma's she changed your diaper since you were like so young. Don't have to worry about grandma. And then of course grandma thought it was so cute, and she's taking pictures of them, and they're like, grandma, stop it.
No, you can't do that. Yeah.
So cute.
I love it. I love it. Now, when it comes to like the whole different in 양식 in Western, table settings, when there's so many forks and spoons and knives.
Start from the outside and work your way in.
Okay, I always forget, and
I think I learned that from a movie. I don't know what it was.
Pretty
Woman. Yeah.
Start from the outside, work your way in, and the last two are at the top.
Yeah.
Easy.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so it's not like a huge deal if somebody does it out of order.
And also, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? I think back in the day, maybe that was more expected.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
And still in the UK, the UK's got like etiquette schools, and they have like formal dinners and etc.
Yeah.
So you need to like eat the right ones. But actually, who cares?
But it is funny when you go to somebody's house, and I didn't grow up like this, that we had multiple different spoons, forks, or knives. We had a steak knife, and there were butter knives, and there was like a soup spoon, and then there was like a smaller one. We just did the kids' spoons. It was just a tablespoon and a teaspoon, and then there was a regular fork. But going to someone's house who has, when you sit down and there's multiple, I'm like, ooh, this is fancy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, am I at a restaurant here?
You know, it's about 5:30. It's exactly 5:30 right now. You know what would be really good? Just a perfectly warmed up dinner roll with some butter on it.
Yeah.
That's what I crave at 5:30 p.m.
But what kind of dinner roll? Because you get a few different kinds, you know?
Yeah, what are the different types?
So you get like the mini baguette one.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of, it's clam, it's opened, it's clamish.
Yeah.
Like that. Or you get just the morning type roll. Or you get the brown seeded roll.
I think
Yeah.
the morning type roll.
I like the ones, and this is just because I was home, where you go to the grocery store and you get the roll and it looks like they're all still attached.
Oh, yeah.
And you just pull it apart.
Morning rolls.
And it's so good.
No, do
That's
we have to
proper
toast them or do we like keep
No.
them? No, just
No.
room temperature.
And
Room
especially,
temperature.
see when you pull it apart and you get the bits in the
Yes.
middle, like
So
those
that means
little
the butter
connecting
has
bits.
to be already in room temperature.
And I remember this when there was, I think it was my brother, a girl he was dating came to the house and we had rolls and she used the knife to cut the roll and then butter it. And my mom was looking at her like, what's she doing? And I was like, what? She's like, she's using her knife to cut the roll. Because we just...
You just put your fingers
just
in and
rip it open.
It's so funny, those little minuscule differences sometimes. It really
Oh,
like
it's so funny.
ticks the button. Or,
I think my mom was just looking for any reason
Yeah.
to tell my brother, get her out of here.
Do you know, that makes it's funny because I don't like rolls in Korea. Rolls in Korea for me are just rubbish because I'm so used to having the Scottish rolls, especially
Yeah.
the ones that are kind of burnt on the top a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, so good.
And then have one of those with, some pasta or a soup. Just to
Square
you gotta-
sausage.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay. That would be like a breakfast sausage
dip
for us
it in
kind of
some
thing.
like
Yeah.
creamy soup.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting too hungry.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
These days, okay, back to our subject a little bit. I've heard people use the expression 반찬, side dish for, okay, I have my meal ready. I gotta find what 반찬 I'm gonna have with my meal, meaning what kind of content they're going to watch. So
I never heard
preparing
of
the
that.
content as a 반찬. So then I have been in settings where like I'm like sharing a meal with a couple of like friends and like we're all each kind of on our devices and like, oh no, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a video. There was a girl, she was talking on social media saying like, oh, and it was when you've been single too long and you're on a date and then she gets her food and then sets her phone up, puts her legs up and starts eating, goes, oh, I'm on a date here.
Yeah, that's probably going to be me.
My papsang, my dinner table is a phone-free zone. No one is allowed to
same.
have a phone at the table.
That's a good rule.
No one's allowed to watch phones. And the kids are very much, my daughter doesn't have a phone. My son has one for logistical purposes. He doesn't use it. But if there's an adult at the table who's using their phone, then I'll whisper to one of my kids like, Granddad's phone.
Yeah.
Granddad's got his phone. I'm like, Granddad, you're not allowed to use your phone at the table. And so it's better that it comes from the kids and not me. I don't want to be the complaining one, you know?
For my kids, it's our kitchen table is it may as also be a library, and it's just because if they're eating together, they'll just grab a book and they're reading or whatnot.
Oh, that's
and then
nice.
I came home, and this is I felt really bad. I came home one day and there was honestly probably 15 books on the table, and I was like, boys, what is going on with all these books? And my oldest looks at me and goes, sorry that we like to read. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go in the room and cry because I feel terrible right now.
I would love to follow Andrew around for 24 hours, just with his exchanges with your sons.
I feel like on vacation, I was a lot more laid back because it was funny because my dad was there or my sister and stuff, and I could see them trying to push the limits with grandpa or my sister. And then my dad I think he only raised his voice once because the boys were doing something in the house, and he just did the hey, and then they both just dropped it there.
Because when a grandparent raises the voice just a little bit, it's so
Yeah.
shocking. I remember that.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna break something or something. It was, and then my sister was also once did something, and then that was it. But it was just like, it was nice where I could just be like, okay, you guys have at it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. No, my kids are very used to hearing my father-in-law, but my mother-in-law. She's very vocal. She's very like she helps raise the children every day. And she's very loud. She's Busan
Busan
아줌마.
style.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
She's like, 왜 이렇게 천천히 먹노? 야, 이렇게 적게 먹노? 많이 먹어야 돼.
Come on, get your spoon in there.
야채도 먹어야지 튼튼하게.
No, so table manners. Let's keep it decent, but we also need tongue, and sometimes that tongue, overflows. And
That's where the papsang just kind of comes together in Busan. Is the tongue, right? Is that atmosphere of eating. Whether the table manners are culturally different or not, I think everybody bonds over food, and especially in Busan, we have that like real bonding.
My first hagwon that I worked at, and I arrived, and then the people that were there were moving on, so we had like a going away dinner with everyone at the school, and I'm sitting in this. It was a meat restaurant, and there's two probably men in their 60s, and they're like going back and forth, and I nudged my coworker and I said, I think they're about to like throw down here. And she's like, oh, no. They're having a fantastic conversation.
They're loving each other.
This is great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to like this place.
I love that.
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we said exactly the same thing. I love that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Listen, it's time for us to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But lovely to have you back.
Thank you
Andrew,
very much.
Thank you
It's
for
good to
coming
be back.
We missed you. But we did have a good time last week, just me and you, didn't we?
Hey, I tuned in. I was at Incheon Airport,
you
and
know?
I was parenting at that time. And
you chimed in.
And I chimed in.
Yeah. So if you need to
Came
leave
my
again, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's
we
good.
handled
No, please
it. It
don't
was
leave.
great.
We need you. No, I appreciate. I need to see you guys once a week now. It's like in my system. Yeah.
It's part of your routine.
Nobody leaves now.
Well, we shall see you next week for another one of the same. Thank you, everybody. And thank you at home or wherever you're listening from for chiming in as well. Anungyonim says, Murphy, great to see you, buddy.
Oh, good to see you too.
Right.
Lee Kalingnim.
We're going to say goodbye, and I'm going to play you a song, okay? This is Moyo with 어머나, and I'll see you after this.
Into your eyes, look at me 'cause you're so fine. 지금처럼 말투와 바라보면서 그저 껴주면서 아무렇게나 웃어버리자. 내게 주고픈 게 많아. 그동안 말을 못했어. 자연스러울 건 아니지만 처음 널 봤을 때
Oh, yes. Love a bit of that. 모요, 어머나. I do like an 어머나. 어머나, 어머나. All right, my friends, it's time for us to dive into our next segment because it is time for the Busan playlist.
hear it? Feel the sound of Busan. Your city, your story, your vibe. Tune into For My Busan.
Welcome back, everybody. Time for our Busan playlist, the segment where I gather your messages, gather your song requests. We go through and we play it all together. So today's topic, I asked you, how long do you think you could live without your smartphone? And boy, oh boy, y'all need some time away from your phones, let me tell you. 8203 name says, honestly, I don't think I could last even 30 minutes. My smartphone has become such a big part of my daily life that I automatically reach for it whenever I'm bored. Even when I don't have anything important to check, I still look at it without thinking. So 30 minutes might already feel like a very long time. 8203 님, 디톡스 시킵니다. You need a detox immediately. Okay? Here we go. 주영님. 저는 반나절 정도는 오케이. 괜찮을 것 같아요. 오전에는 어떻게든 버틸 수 있지만 오후가 되면 휴대폰이 너무 그리울 것 같아요. 근데 아닐 거예요. You know, my friend went to another country and they don't have like all the usual social media we have here. And so she was kind of disconnected and she said it was amazing. Amazing. So I think at first it feels unusual, uncomfortable, but after a while you're okay. 다니엘님, 할 일과 재미있는 일이 있다면 한 달도 1년도 버틸 수 있음. 저도요. 지금처럼 생활한다는 조건에선 하루도 버티기 힘들 듯. 돈 준다면 모를까. 돈 왜 줘야지. 9147. I think I could manage about a day without my smartphone. I might feel a bit uncomfortable at first. I could read a book, go for a walk, talk to people. Quiet time. In fact, maybe after a day without my phone, I might realize how much time I normally spend looking at a screen and not even looking at anything good, right? We're just scrolling, nothing good. 고등어님, 일주일 정도는 아예 휴대폰 없이 살아보고 싶어요. 해보세요. 도전해보세요. 처음에는 힘들겠지만 며칠 지나면 오히려 마음이 편해질 것 같습니다. 네, 맞습니다. 진님, 피스님, 하루는 버틸 듯해요. 폰이 없어야 책을 읽겠죠. 그러니까요. 맞아요. 리세영님 says, I can last roughly a day without my smartphone. Attended a mindfulness silent retreat recently. We were asked not to use our phones. Yeah, I love that. Put your phones away. But the only thing is, I would want to contact my family. I'd want to speak to my children. So as long as I was allowed to do that at night, I think that would be okay for me. But I could use a payphone, no problem. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, I'm going to play you a song. This is Katie Tunstall, The Other Side of the World. We'll be back with more after this.
Waiting like an iceberg, waiting to change.
welcome back. It's time for part 2 of our Busan playlist. Straight in with the text messages here. 줄라이님, 솔직히 30분도 힘들 것 같습니다. 심심하면 무의식적으로 휴대폰을 찾게 되거든요. 맞아요. 아무것도 할 일이 없어도 그냥 하면서 화면을 보게 되는 것 같아요. It's because we're addicted. We're used to grabbing the phone, seeing what it is. Dopamine addiction, my friends. 9324 name. I could probably survive for a week, and honestly, part of me would love to try it. It would be nice to have a whole week without messages, notifications, social media, endless scrolling. Yeah. I agree. Do it. 8386 name, half a day maximum. My phone and I have a very healthy relationship. We're together 24/7. That doesn't sound healthy to me. Benny 님, I can go 4 to 7 hours of no phone. It's very specific, Benny 님. Jinju님, maybe 30 minutes. After that, I would probably start looking for my phone, even if we're in my hand. Yeah, do you do that? I look for my phone. I'm like, oh, I'm holding it. 고수님 says 저는 하루 이틀은 버틸 수 있을 것 같아요. 사실 영어 방송 아니면 폰 잘 안 만지는 것 같아요. 예. 맞습니다. You can watch it on a laptop. You can watch us on the TV, smart TV. 1970님, 스마트폰 없이 단 1시간도 버티기 힘들 것 같은데요. 근데 저는 삐삐 시대가 더 좋을 것 같은데 어느 날 보니 제가 스마트폰 중독자가 되었습니다. 네, so it's like a hard time. Back in the pager days, right? The beep. We've become addicted. Sanyun Kim Lin said, if I get rewarded by not using my smartphone, I could go years without it because I spent over 20 years of my life in the analog era. That's it. That's exactly the point, right? Exactly the point. Listen, thank you so much for all of your messages, all of your chiming in, tuning in on song requests. Let me play you one of your songs. This is Park Seok-sun with Fighting 해야지. I'll be back after this.
Fighting 해야지. 일어나야지 아침인데 네가 닿은 해가 충전인데 숨밥은 다시 10분 더 자야 돼 Take out the video 또 속에 친구들은 다왜 잘나 보여 나 마음에 또 왜 아등바등 또왜 이리저리 왜 다 이어폰 꼽은 좀비 필요해 모두 다 텐션을 펌핑 힘을 좀 내어보자 우린 여러분의 보석순 반복되는 하루에 시작이 되는 이 노래 네 옆에서 불러주겠어 힘내지 멈추겠어 Fighting Don't give it up never give it up 우린 도덕순 Fighting Come on 돌 속에 친구들은 다왜 잘나 보여 나만 왜 왜 아둥바둥 왜 이리저리 왜 다 이어폰 꼽은 좀비 필요해 모두 다 텐션을 펌핑 힘을 좀 내어보자 우린 여러분의 보석순 반복되는 하루에 시작이 되는 이 노래 네 옆에서 불러주겠어 힘내지 멈추겠어 Fighting Don't give it up never give it up
Okay. 모닝 카페인은 디카페인 일찍 일어나니 기분 뭐같지 철없이 부재중 전화 제끼고 dance with my laziness 부분 등 발다리 전부 다 팬이 Ooh I feel like I'm 17 이런도 못해만 되는 불행과 같이 살기에는 내 시간이 너무 아깝지 man you're gonna deserve it. Unfortunate is unnecessary. 다시피 인생은 원래 그지 같아. 그러니 조금만 힘을 내. 구겨진 인생을 연주하는 우린 비굴해. 베이베이 차분히 다 막장을 연주해. We got plenty more pages left to play.
올라갔다 내려가는 주식같이 알다가도 모르겠는 인생 뭐 같지 한 템포 쉬고 물 한 모금 마시기 자 여기서 비타민 A, B, C 반복되는 하루에
노래 너무 좋은데요. 아우 슬프다. 자, it's time for us to say goodbye for today. However, I'll be back with you tomorrow and we'll have a fantastic show for you. Don't forget, we will connect with our producer Park Bo-sung. Speaking of which, today's show was produced by Park Bo-sung and Park Chan-woo, written by Hong Kyung-hwa, hosted by Laura McLuckie, and I'll be back, like I said, tomorrow 4 or 5 p.m. Final song for you today is Busan by Epic High. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.
어느새 빗물이 내 발목에 고이고 참았던 눈물이 내 눈가에 고이고
방의 시계 소리 지붕과 입 맞추는 비의 소리 오랜만에 입은 콧 주머니 속에 반지 손 틈새 스며드는 메모리 며칠 만에 나서 보는 밤의 솔 고인 빗물은 작은 거울 그 속에 난 비틀거리며 아프니까 그대 없이 난 한쪽 다리가 짧은 의자 둘이서 쓰긴 작았던 우산 차가운 세상에 섬 같았던 우산 이제 너무 크고 어색해 그대 곁에 늘 젖어있던 왼쪽 어깨 기억의 무게에 고개 숙여보니 버려진 듯 부러진 내 신발끈 허나 곁엔 오직 비와 바람 잠시라도 우산을 들어줄 사람 And I cry
어느새 빗물이 내 발목에 고이고 참았던 눈물이 내 눈가에 고이고 I cry 그대는 내 머리 위에 우산 어깨 위에 차가운 비 내리는 밤 내 곁에 그대가 습관이 돼버린 밤 나 그대 없이는 안 돼요
Alone in the rain, rain, rain Nothing but pain, pain, pain Girl, I just want you to know Alone in the rain, rain, rain Nothing but pain, pain, pain And I just can't let you go
하늘에 눈물이 고인 땅 별을 감춘 구름에 보인 달 골목길 홀로 외로운 구두 소리 메아리에 돌아보며 가슴 졸인 맘 나를 꼭 닮은 그림자 서로가 서로 볼 수 없었던 우리가 이제야 둘인가 대답을 그린다 머릿속 그림과 대답을 흐린다 내 눈에 너무 컸던 우산 날 울린 세상을 향해 접던 우산 영원의 약속에 활짝 폈던 우산 이제는
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어 방송.
한국 전쟁